Hello, my loves, and welcome to 2021. Okay, I know I'm a little bit delayed getting this message out to you, but it was for a very good reason. Basically, I don't know if you're like me, but the first week of the year, you just get inundated by emails. People you didn't even realize you were on their list still just kind of pop up. And it's a little bit overwhelming trying to filter through your inbox and just kind of be able to actually receive what's coming in. And it's wonderful to get so many bountiful blessings, but it's also a little bit like, okay, I need to cap this energy. So the funny part was the guides were almost showing me like going down to like an all-inclusive resort in Mexico and how you arrive at the airport and it's like super overwhelming. There's people everywhere, everyone's yelling at you, trying to get things. And it's almost like you need to put just kind of a bit of a wall up. So they were saying, we want this to be the part where you kind of get to the resort, there's a greeter that's there for you, and you're like, oh, I'm here and I get to receive. So this is why they're saying we wanted to push this message just back a little bit, just so you can actually receive and actually hear what's coming through rather than trying to filter it in. So we all know 2020 is known as the dumpster fire year, but to be honest, I know people that had some of the best years of their life and other people where everything crashed and burned. So regardless of where you are in that spectrum, just know that it was revealing itself for you and it doesn't make you right or wrong, and just really acknowledge your truth with what's coming in for you. So 2020 really was about this polarization of what's just no longer working on the collective sphere and within our life, and what needs elevation and polarization. So 2021, it's funny, I'm hearing the circle of life right now come in. And no, I'm not going to sing it to you, but yes, I think you should listen to it. They're basically saying it's like this, everything's coming to completion. The circle right now of certain aspects of life are coming to their completion, and there's just no more space for them. So it's really honoring like what ties are coming to an end, what you need to kind of tie up in order to release and let go while you're kind of in the state of allowance of this, basically this new world they're saying to come through. And for people that have had like flashes of Lemuria or Atlantean lives, Palladian light forms, kind of like anywhere you might have experienced like another galactic life experience, it can be hard because we look around the world around us and we're like, how do we create those too? But we're not supposed to recreate anything. It's about allowance of just what wants to emerge and what wants to kind of beautify within this world, so we can kind of clear out the clutter and the debris and kind of, they're saying, give ourselves a fresh start collectively and within our lives. So that being said, the card that wanted to come in for this year and the support is beautiful. Daring Rebirth, and Goddess Ishtar is with that. And Ishtar, even though she's known as like the goddess of war and love, she really has this very fierce feminine power to her, like this warrior-esque. And it's just this really cool, beautiful energy. Like some goddesses are very fiery, others are very fluid with water. And I find she's just very solid and methodical. And even though she's about, sexual expression and fertility and all the other pieces, it's really for her, it's like very an expression of her truth and being methodical about that expression rather than just kind of like thrown into the fire pit and seeing what alchemizes from there. So what she's bringing into this year, especially within the next couple months, is she's really asking for you to get very crystal clear on what's working for you and what isn't. She's like, I would like for you to leave the judgment and the criticism aside, because I just want you to be able to actually see what is supporting you and what's not. And often, things that might have supported us before, say if it was a certain workout or working with a certain mentor, that can shift because we're in need of a different energy or need of a different perspective, or a body needs something different. So it's really honoring what came before, but also really choosing what you need for support here and now. And it's not about making it wrong. It's not about making it right. It's just about what's in divine alignment for me and what is really going to be soul nourishing. So soul nourishment is another part of this year, especially with the Daring Rebirth, because it's going to stretch us in ways that we never felt that we were ready to stretch before. So this is about getting out of the comfort zone, really saying, what do I want more of in my life? What do I need to shift and let go of? It might even be people, and they're saying this isn't about surrounding yourself with false positivity all the time, because there is that bit of a, you're in a negative space, I don't want to hang out with you mentality. They're saying it's about having people in your life that you love regardless of where they're at emotionally emotionally and being able to cultivate that vulnerability in those relationships. So it's like really getting clear what's serving, what's not, and then making the shifts and the changes that are really going to help you with that. So sometimes you might need to get external support so you feel that you can move forward, or other times it's just making a different choice and showing up differently. So she's saying, once again, we really want the emotions to be kind of set aside when you're looking at this, because she's saying, even though I, like personally, I'm a big feel it to release it person, she's saying if you're getting too caught up in the judgment, the criticism, a little bit more of like the shame and the guilt, what she's showing is it can spin you out. So she's saying, and just the down pull is really hard to get out of. So if you can just put that on pause and almost like ask that your inner children are tended to, so you, the adult in your life, can show up and just see things from a different perspective. She's saying it's going to give you that platform to really just get this solid look of what you want to create, what you would love to bring in, and just start from there and move forward. So you may have a long list. If it's overwhelming, start with one thing a day that you feel you can easily do, or you may just have a couple little things. And she's saying wherever you're at, that's perfect, but she's here to help you and support you for this year. So I just keep hearing, like, where are you willing to go that you weren't willing to go before? What are you willing to do that you weren't willing to do before? And how is this going to impact you? So basically, who do you need to be? What kind of risks, and not negative risks, but it's more like if you're stepping out, say you've always wanted to try pottery, but you've never done a class, like that feels like a risk to step into that space because it's new. And there's this perfectionism that kind of kicks in for some reason, that as an adult, we feel we should be perfect at everything, even if we haven't done it before. So she's like, are you, it's like, oh, it's so interesting how they're working today. I'm hearing like the magic school bus. It's like, get messy, make mistakes. And so it's really about the exploration and the play, stretching yourself, pushing yourself, getting yourself out of your comfort zone, but in a very methodical way that's going to serve you and support you, rather than the opposite. So tie up those loose ends that you need to, really give yourself permission to call in Ishtar and your own team of guides, and really take an honest inventory of your life and where you're at. She's not showing me past the next couple of months. She's saying the year will reveal as it needs to, but the reason they're not forward visioning too much is that we need to focus on the here and now. We need to focus on the day-to-day and bring that presence into our present moment. So I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you later. Bye.